internet of value at Ripple, we're thinking much bigger than just cross-border payments. It's kind of like Amazon with rare books in the early days, just this market happens to be a $10 trillion market.
We are at a historic turning point.
Said in the past that you are doing for money what email did for communication.
Moving the whole revolution forward.
Take on it.
There's trillions of dollars parked around the world. XRP.
Is there a possibility that Ripple could take over Swift one day?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of 24 Hours Crypto. Let's get right into today's video. I'm going to talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. And after you're done watching this episode, you are going to say, wow, this thing is actually going to go crazy. XRP needs trillions in market capitalization, and those targets will be hit 100%. Please screen record this and then come back to me years from now, because the targets that we talk about, anywhere between $2.59 to all the way to $100, is going to happen 100%. But in today's episode, I'm going to tell you why it's going to happen, how it's going to happen, and why it has been taking a very long time. This little clip that we played years ago at the World Government Summit, when PIPA stated this.
And what we're seeing in the world today, I think, is we are on the brink of a dramatic change where we are about to, and I'll say this boldly, we're about to abandon the traditional system of money and accounting and introduce a new one. And the new one, the new accounting, is what we call blockchain. It means...
And she's worked within the governmental organizations her whole life. And she told you that's going to happen, and we're in 2025. Look where we are. It's slowly but surely all happening. Things take time. And then further in the video, you're going to hear Elon Musk talk about how, what it means to be a human in the near future when they introduce a universal basic income. And crypto right now is your opportunity to generate wealth. And if you have enough capital that is sitting in the stock market, you could 10x your portfolio, as may sound crazy, but it really isn't, with crypto right now. And everybody has this opportunity right now. Everybody has a level playing field, but only the smartest ones will take action. And the smartest ones have been taking action on this channel for a very long time. So congratulations to you. We have yet to see anything yet. Some very, very important stuff we're going to go over today. You do not want to miss a second of this. It has been 48 hours since the Bybit Ethereum hack for $1.4 billion. The hackers have moved over $10 million in the span of last, I would say, an hour, 2 hours. They had moved $10 million. And it's still currently sitting at $1.3 billion. So something very fishy here, and something that the banks don't like, and something that, governmental organizations don't like when you're trying to implement the old system with the new system, is hacks like this. And Ethereum was known for another hack back in 2016, where they got hacked for $64 million. And then what did they do? I'm going to tell you exactly what they did in a second in detail. They reversed everything. They forked it, and then they got Ethereum Classic. Funny story about Ethereum Classic. I actually own still a lot of Ethereum Classic. It was on an offline ledger, and I got in fairly cheap around, I bought some here, I bought some here at $4, $7. And this thing went to $133, and I didn't even sell one because I didn't have access to my ledger. Okay, that's a huge, I couldn't believe it, but it is what it is. I'm in it for the long term. Do I think it'll go back up? I don't know. And I honestly, to be speaking, I don't really care. But that was pretty huge. Again, a funny story that I lost out on a lot of money because I didn't have access to my ledger. So take a look at this, because this is very, very, very concerning. We're going to talk about the Bitcoin hack. What happened to Bitcoin back in 2010? It wasn't a hack, but Satoshi's not here to fix it, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. And we'll get to those screenshots in a moment. But let me print you a little picture here. Ethereum back in 2016 was hacked. And what they did back then was, let's just do a reset. They executed a hard fork that essentially wiped out the bad transactions, creating a new chain where everything went back to the way it was before the hack. while the original chain, known as Ethereum Classic, kept the unaltered history. So this hack is not currently with Ethereum right now, the 64 million. Fast forward to today and what just happened with Bybit, you got, Arthur Hayes, co-founder of BitMEX, coming out and saying, again, they're still waiting on a community vote potentially to roll back what just happened. Again, he said, listen, their idea to roll back before the hack again, effectively erasing the transaction and restoring the stolen funds. It sounds like the ultimate do-over, but it's also super controversial because it goes against the whole, once it's on the blockchain, it's there forever, right? And from a banking perspective, that is absolutely insane. And even when we take a look at Bitcoin, August 15th, 2010, the day someone created 184 billion Bitcoin out of thin air. Yes, listen, 184 billion Bitcoin out of thin air. And the person behind this is still unknown. And guess what? The bug was quickly corrected by the anonymous creator, Satoshi Nakamoto. And here we have a screenshot from, I believe it was Reddit, when Satoshi came out and fixed it. This is August 20th. Did we get a luck, or is there a secret pager number that alerts Satoshi for emergency? So he came out of nowhere and he fixed it. But when you look at it from a bank perspective, ladies and gentlemen, this is a huge, huge no-no. 180. Can you imagine this happening right now? 184 billion printed out of thin air. Can it happen again? Absolutely. Look what just happened to. Look what happened to Ethereum. Right? These are huge, huge controversial events that took place. Unlike Bitcoin's magical mining process, XRP was entirely pre-mined. All the coins were created right from the start. This means that everyone knows exactly how many XRP tokens exist, and there is no surprise inflation sneaking up on you. Traditional financial institutions, they need predictability to manage risk, and they don't want to deal with assets that can change in unexpected ways. With Bitcoin, the continuous creation of new coins can feel a bit of like a magic trick because you never know what's going to happen throughout the years, right? So that's why it'll never be adopted for a payment method. On the other hand, XRP's fixed supply, transparency offers exactly what these banks need. Stability banks, banks need stability. And other institutions need trust that the asset is solid and dependable. And Ethereum and Bitcoin, that is just not the case. So now think about why banks are so picky when it comes down to picking winners in the crypto space, right? And why it has taken so long. They operate under strict regulation, and Ripple has deeply penetrated governmental organizations and regulation and working with them. They want to minimize their risk, right? And predictability isn't just a nice to have thing, it's a must have. And with XRP being, pre-mined, there is no risk of sudden inflation from unexpected mining rewards. Plus, listen to this, right? XRP transactions are way faster when you compare it to Bitcoin and Ethereum. And you could scale it to a extent where you can't with Ethereum and Bitcoin because the networks will get congested 100%. In short, okay, banks want to know exactly what they're getting into. No surprises, no chaos, and that's why XRP stands out as the clear winner here. So to sum it all up, ladies and gentlemen, a blockchain rollback is like having a giant undo button for hacks, a way to revert the system to a safe state before the disaster struck. As seen with Ethereum, right, after the DAO hack. Meanwhile, Bitcoin's process of the whole mining new coins is still a thing that nobody really talks about, and it needs to get addressed. And when it comes to trust and stability, especially in the eyes of traditional banks, XRP being pre-mined, like I said earlier, predictable supply, there is no competition here. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But soon, things are going to drastically change. Even the way we live is going to drastically change. Take a listen to what Elon Musk says here, and I really want to know what you guys think of his remarks, because at the end of the day, think about it. A lot of jobs are going to be lost when artificial intelligence gets full throttle. AI in the next 4 years is going to drastically pick up along with crypto. And this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And we're going to come back and we're going to watch these videos and we're going to laugh, because we're going to be sitting on a couch of, wealth. And the ones that missed out are going to be working for an AI potentially, right? But again, understand this, right? Like, if this is what is being said publicly on panels, can you imagine what is being said behind closed doors? Universal basic income we have been talking about for a very long time. So listen to what Elon Musk says, and again, what it means to be a human. You guys wake up, you guys go to work, you guys have an objective. Imagine you lost all that to an AI and now you're home and you have no money. But guess what? You're going to get paid. Again, think about where we're headed towards. Stop living in the present. Think, 5 years from now. You got to plan your life in advance here, okay? So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And then we're going to just, do a little bullish video at the end of a montage of Ripple, XRP, and how Bitcoin is just purely speculation, okay? And this is all where we are in 2025. It's truly remarkable. With that being said, we'll be back with another video.
There will be fewer and fewer jobs that a robot cannot do better. Okay. What to do about mass unemployment? This is going to be a massive social challenge. And I think ultimately we will have to have some kind of universal basic income. I don't think we're going to have a choice.
Universal basic income.
Universal basic income. I think it's going to be necessary.
So it means that unemployed people will be paid across the globe.
Yeah.
Because there is no job, robot is taking over.
That's simply and I want to be clear that these are not things that I wish would happen. These are simply things that I think probably will happen. And if my assessment is correct and they probably will happen, then we need to say, what are we going to do about it? And I think some kind of a universal basic income is going to be necessary. Now, the output of goods and services will be extremely high. So with automation, there will come abundance. There will be almost everything will get very cheap. I think I think we'll just end up doing a universal basic income. It's going to be necessary. The harder challenge, much harder challenge, is how do people then have meaning? Like, a lot of people, they derive their meaning from their employment. So if you don't have, if you're not needed, if there's not a need for your labor, how do you? What's the meaning? Do you have meaning? Do you feel useless? That's a much harder problem to deal with. The harder challenge, much harder challenge, is how do people then have meaning? Like, a lot of people, they derive their meaning from their employment.
Ability to use them for that, and the price that they have to have. Because like a few months ago, I spoke with Miguel Villas, the head of XRP markets at Ripple. XRP is Ripple's cryptocurrency that we've been talking about. And he said, before he could even really have that conversation with banks to encourage them to use this as an on-demand liquidity tool, the market cap needed to be much higher, the transaction volume needed to be much higher, and there needed to be more exchange partners. So if it's just being used kind of for transmission like that, what does that imply about the price versus some of the kind of the retail use case or speculative use cases that
price is going to go up?
Use cases that
price is going to go up. No, look,
and how far away
the honest answer is I don't know Bitcoin and Ethereum. Again, I don't know what the driver of value is there.
It's another 7% today. What's behind this other than
pure momentum? There's still no use case.
I think, in fact, when you look at Bitcoin, the initial adoption of Bitcoin is all about retail. and that didn't pan out. And suddenly you have millions of people who hold it.
I mean, it's just
so it's like a perfect storm for
crypto.
This particular asset class right now, between the approval of the ETFs and the biggest names in the asset management business getting into it, with some speculative fervor in parts of the market.
They're just going to hold it. So what's become the use case for Bitcoin is just a store of value, and I think that will persist. And somehow they landed on that, and that's maybe going to persist into the future. But XRP, it's really about this very fundamental driver of demand. Yeah, I mean, if XRP is going to be inserted deeply into the financial system, the market cap has to be orders of magnitude bigger. It has to be able to support institutional flows in the orders of magnitude of trillions of dollars.
So when I talk about the $10 trillion that we're processing every night,
you know, today it's a lot smaller. I think it's right around $30 billion.
Sorry, the 24-hour volume for both USDC and USDT is like $25 billion or something. That's like 400 times less than what we do every day. And if you think about having to fully reserve $10 trillion to be able to make those payments every day, that's a lot of liquidity that you're taking out of the system.
But, you know, when you look at
the market cap, I thought, or are you talking about the transaction volume?
The market cap of, so there's 100 billion XRP, and the market cap is trading around 30 cents. So it's about $30 billion. So, yeah, I mean, I think that the current users and sort of the crawl, walk, run of growing the capital market, if you will, around XRP is going to be about fundamental demand, and that comes from companies like Veeam. And as more companies like Veeam start to use XRP and use digital currencies in their funding flows, they're going to be putting a massive amount of pressure on banks and larger financial institutions to start using this as well, or they're going to be toast. They're not going to be able to compete and be as nimble as a company like Veeam, who doesn't have to operate with any treasury overhead and all the cost complications.
It started with a vision, now it's spreading wide. SLT's the token, it's our Degen pride. 24-hour crypto, leading the call, bringing XRP believers. United we stand tall. First ledger's on fire, trades like the scene. SLT's the movement, power in the dream. From the memes to the moon, we're making it real. 100 XRP, that's the deal. I salute you, you salute me. Together in XRP we believe. From the trenches to the skies we see. XRP to 100 destiny. This ain't just a token, it's a battle cry. For those who know, XRP will fly high. Salute is the name, SLT the ticker. First ledger's buzzing, trades getting quicker. Building the future, brick by brick. In a world powered by Ripple, the vision will stick. We're more than a meme, it's a movement strong. XRP believers, let's prove them wrong. I salute you, you salute me. Together in XRP we believe. From the trenches to the skies we see. XRP to 100 destiny. 24-hour crypto, the captain of the crew. SLT's the anthem, for the bold and true. Through the dips and the pumps, we stand and fight, believing in the ledger, in the dawn's bright light. I salute you, you salute me. Together in XRP we believe. From the trenches to the skies we see. XRP to 100 destiny. So raise your SLT, let the world hear the sound. XRP believers, we're Ripple bound. From the memes to the charts, the vision is clear. Salute to the future, the time is near. I salute you, you salute me. Together in XRP we believe. From the trenches to the skies we see. XRP to 100 destiny.
We started building RippleNet with the thesis that crypto liquidity would eventually be able to support robust global payments, large payments. RippleNet was designed so that customers seeing the benefits of our fiat-based network could flip the switch to ODL once the market was mature enough. And this is exactly what's happening. Flip the switch.
I think what we're building has, it's solving a real problem. And I think all of the tokens, my advice to anybody would be, understand the utility. If there's real utility and there's real value being delivered to a real customer, there will be value in the token.